you tired of the typical libraries with conventional music that makes you feel meh? Introducing Leerecs.com, the music website made for and by minds like you. Our team are lifelong musicians and producers in love with music. Search the Leerecs music catalogs and find music with guaranteed originality. Mark the difference with music of signature at Leerecs.com.
Are you ready? So this is End of the War. That is the name of the song, End of the War. From a trio. The name of the band is Mylo Bybee. And we have Tyler, the vocalist and guitarist of this band, here with us today. Hi Tyler, how's it going?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you today?
Excellent, excellent. Really glad to have you. We truly appreciate giving us a little bit of your time to speak about your music. And, I felt that it's really original. I really like the structure of the song, and, it's different. It's somehow different. So, why don't you take the floor, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit of your influences and, how you come about with this wonderful music.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Tyler Schlagenhof, and I am the singer and guitar player in the band Mylo Bybee. I've been playing music for a long time. Actually, all of us in the band have been playing music for a long time. And just about, a year and a half ago, actually got together with each other and started playing music in an actual band together. First time we've ever actually played together. We're actually all related. My brother is the bass player, and then my brother-in-law is the drummer. And so obviously we've known each other for a long time. Always played music in our separate realms, but finally got together to start writing together. We one of the things that I think really makes our music really work is that we bring a lot of different influences and musical influences to the table. So, for example, I always, grew up, I was a big, and still am, a big Coheed and Cambria fan, a Thrice fan, which actually, you can hear some of those notes kind of come out in my writing style in our tunes, and then I'll even listen to, a lot of Queen from an artistic perspective, and then some more classic bands. And then we got a lot of influence between the three of us with kind of the punk genre, the genre that we grew up in. It was kind of that emo hardcore phase that was coming to light at that time. So you'll hear kind of some of those, those melodic tones, and also some punchier sounds in our track that kind of stems from all those different influences, to make it really click. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far. We're relatively new, and we're just writing a ton. So it's been a lot of fun.
Fantastic. I can hear those influences, and especially it's complicated. I mean, what you are doing is difficult. How do you feel about that? The dynamics and the synergies in bands in general.
Yeah. So, well, thank you for that. First of all, I really appreciate that, and it's always great to hear, what others think of your work and your music. So, thank you for that. First off, it's a really good dynamic, and I know that playing with family members or even really close friends in an artistic medium like this sometimes can be challenging, of course. And luckily we are and have gone into this with really zero expectations. Just wanted to get together, make some noise, have some fun. It just so happened that we played different instruments, and actually my brother, who's the bass player, did not play bass before we started in the band. He's been a longtime guitar player and was able to kind of adapt to learning and playing the bass, which I thought was really cool, because then we're, again, able to kind of jam together in the band. So again, going into it with no expectations, I think has been, really something that's benefited us, because we're able to have fun doing it, and not kind of cause that turmoil that could happen in a band sometimes when maybe you're not meeting goals or things that you had in mind. But we didn't go into it with any expectations, and we were able to pretty early on, due to the pandemic, because nobody was out playing shows or playing concerts or anything, we were able to just kind of stay really close-knit with each other and just focus on writing some songs and kind of seeing where it goes, throughout the time of the pandemic. And we just work really well together. I mean, we do see each other a lot of the time outside of playing in the band, but I also think that that lends itself for us being successful and being able to successfully work together and create songs. And so it's been, so far it's been a lot of fun. It's been, which obviously is something we want to keep in the writing process, is having it be fun, because if it becomes something that's not fun, what's the purpose of doing it? But it's been, we've just really enjoyed working and writing together.
It's fantastic. Could you define success for yourself and for your band?
Yeah. So, I think, at least I'll speak for myself, but I think it would be, reflected with what my other band members would say. And I think success for us is really just, writing quality songs that we would want to listen to. And then if other people, listen to those songs and really enjoy that music, then that's a bonus. For me, going into this, some of these songs that I've had for years, some of these songs we've written together, and I think just going through that process and actually seeing and hearing that final product of our songs is really where we're at with. I think that's success, and a box to check off. Anything beyond that, get to play some shows in front of friends, in front of family, in front of new people that we don't know. That's just a kind of another box to check off. That's been a lot of fun, and then a lot of opportunities in the future that I think can help us be, branch out a little bit and get our sounds out there more broadly. We don't really have any goals in mind as far as really anything. Just kind of seeing what comes towards us. We're hoping really this year that we can play some more shows. Obviously, there's things that are still ramping up with the pandemic, and you never know what that's going to lend itself to. But in terms of measure of success, hopefully playing some more shows in front of people and actually getting back into the studio and recording more songs. And the goal would be at this point to come out with actually a full-length album. We were actually able to record about 5 tracks for an EP this last year during the pandemic. And again, we're just really happy with how that turned out, which again was kind of that first metrics of success. We were actually able to get together, put together some organized songs that we thought sounded really good, and actually get a really good polished final product. And so it's just kind of open, which is kind of nice. You don't have to go into it with those expectations, and then whatever comes about just kind of lends to that success.
I agree. Those are good metrics, and you're covering milestones. I think your approach and perspective is really on point. It's really on point.
And it's been just one more thing I'll throw in there too. I think one other thing that kind of lends itself, to us, like I said, having fun with what we're doing is, we're not aiming to, fit ourselves into any type of box. I mentioned that we have influences from all over the map, and the sound that we're able to produce, I do think is definitely an original sound, and obviously it's not for everybody, which, music, different types of music is only speaks to certain different types of demographics, which of course is expected. But us not trying to fit into a particular genre or style of music, I think has kind of helped with the creative process, because we can just put songs and tracks together that we feel like sounds good, and then we just move forward with them.
I love it. I think it's it is important that other musicians recognize these points of view as valid. It is very valid, your approach. Otherwise, trying to check all the boxes, trying to be liked by everybody, trying to fit into a particular definition, it's just only decreasing the amount of creativity or value proposition, advantageous differential value from whatever other music is out there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I've lived in, all of us collectively, we've lived in different places throughout our lives, and played music in different places, around the country individually, just in different states that we've lived in. And you can see that the music scene obviously is different everywhere. It's different in a lot of places. Where we're at, our style of music is probably not as common as it is in other areas across the country. But that's what I kind of like about it. It's kind of that niche, genre of music that's not super prevalent in the area we are. That's something that I just really appreciate, rather than us trying to fit into the mold of what is super popular in our area. That, again, just kind of lends itself to allow us to broaden our creativity and not kind of, get stuck in that particular box.
Yes. I think you're doing very good stuff, and you're doing the right thing. And I like it, and this is why I wanted to feature it here and know more about you and your music. So,
thank you.
Of course, you're welcome. From this moment on, what if you couldn't fail? Like, what would be your optimal, ideal near future plans?
So right now we're writing a lot of new songs, and my goal for the short term, or at least the remainder of this year, pretty much full year, I guess, right in 2022 right now, is to get back into the studio and record these songs that we have. Like I said, we were able to kind of quickly put out an EP, because we were able to get 5 songs kind of organized and where we really liked them early on, and got that out there and recorded. But since then, been really writing a lot. And so first off, to get back into a studio to record those tracks. Second of all, we really pride ourselves on the quality of what we're putting out there. So not just the music that we're getting recorded, but when we go play live shows, we would rather focus on kind of the quality of our songs and make sure we are extremely polished, super polished together as a band, versus just playing 100 shows, in over the course of several months. And so that's something that we're really focusing on, is just getting really good and polished at the songs that we are able to play in front of people, on top of getting back into recording. And I think the goal with recording would be, at this point, to put out a full-length album that we can then share with people.
Sounds good. Please keep us posted. We'd love to see that come into fruition.
Definitely.
Thank you. If you had an advice to somebody who sees you as a role model, somebody who wants to get into music, taking it seriously, making songs, recording them, putting together a band, what would that be?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. We are fortunate enough as musicians that we are in a band playing music that we love, but we're not relying on it for income. So we're fortunate enough where we have our day jobs, and this is kind of something that's, really a hobby and something that we love doing and doing on the side, and this is all kind of new to us. We've got some, some interest from different, representation, etc., for some of our tracks, for our EP, for some marketing support, for some publishing and licensing, content, but that's just all new terrain to us, and so we're even currently navigating that and what that means, and if there are partnerships that would benefit us. And so I guess the advice that I would give is to somebody who's looking to, whether they want to make it a full-time thing, and really get super serious about it, is just do your own homework, do your own research, because what we're finding is, representation or companies or anybody out there who's going to help you take stuff to the next level, I mean, you're going to hear anything and everything. And the majority of what I've found in this space, obviously, is, it doesn't necessarily always benefit the artist. It's kind of an interesting thing to navigate right now, especially with, obviously, digital, streaming services versus the typical, creation of CDs, creation of vinyl, that type of thing. This digital world is completely changed the game, and I think you just hear a lot of different things. And so my advice would be do your due diligence and do your research on your own, so that you're going into having these conversations, with some of that background knowledge. And then, even taking a step back from that, someone just looking to get into music, like I said before, just play what you like, play what you love. Don't try to fit and conform to a certain genre of music just because maybe it's more listened to. And I think that's been the best thing about what we're doing is, we're playing those songs that we would actually want to go out and listen to. And so it just makes it all the more better and all the more fun.
It gives a purpose, a true purpose. If nothing else works, at least that is accomplished.
Yeah, and one more thing I guess I'll put on top of that is don't sacrifice your artistic integrity, for the means of anything that I just mentioned. And I think, make sure that your songs that you're writing are your songs, and others aren't telling you, what they should sound like or how they should change. And I think that's, it just allows you to hold on to your artistic ability, because that's what it's all about, being a musician.
100%. Well, this was fantastic. Very, very glad, Tyler, you gave us your time, and now we know more about Mylo Bybee and origins, your music, and we know a little bit more about the person behind the music. Thank you again, and until the next one.
Yeah, thank you so much for everything you're doing. I appreciate your time.
Pleasure. Thank you very much. All right, so we'll enjoy a little bit more of the song End of the War. Let's look at it. Or not, we have just one shot. Of our land have a melody to sing. Call out to the arms and prepare for anything.
typical libraries with conventional music that makes you feel meh. Introducing Leerecs.com, the music website made for and by minds like you. Our team are lifelong musicians and producers in love with music. Search the Leerecs music catalogs and find music with guaranteed originality. Mark the difference with music of signature at Leerecs.com.